All right. Happy Sunday evening, everybody. Big waves out there. Good to see you. Come on, come on. Give me some waves and some interaction. Good to see you tonight. So, as you can see, I'm outside. I've been traveling. I've actually been in Destin, Florida, and I'm headed back to Florence, Alabama tonight. And so, when you're on the move and you go, 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 then you got to pull over sometimes and do this. And I'm excited to be with you on the Sunday night coaching call tonight, and it's really exciting what we're doing right now. And you know, yesterday I hope you definitely was on the call yesterday morning because we had a great call, putting in perspective what's going on in our company. And I'll tell you, it's so exciting to me. It's so exciting. We were in Destin with other leaders and put point presentations, putting new videos. There's just a lot happening, a lot going on, and a lot of things to be excited about. Tonight, here's what I want to do. I'm going to bring a roster on in just a minute to give you any upfront details and housekeeping about the event coming up in Destin, Florida, how to get registered. I'm reading my notes, making sure everybody's hearing me. And then I'm going to talk to you tonight about the power. Here's the thing. I'll put this in perspective for you. You got to remember now, in case, and we got a lot of brand new people starting. And I want to challenge everybody to get on tomorrow night. There's a power hour tomorrow night with the general manager of North America. And he's going to be recognizing a lot of you for rank advancements. I know big man Riley Niblett is going to get a rank advancement. I see him on tonight. He'll be getting recognized on that call, but a lot of you will be getting recognized. So be on the call tomorrow night on our power hour.
Country in the world.
Hold on just a second. Let's mute out these lines. All right. So, but you got to realize I was a high school football coach. I mean, I was a head football coach in North Alabama. And when I got into the industry, I had to kind of just humble myself and be willing to be coachable again and realize that I didn't know this industry. I didn't know the network marketing industry, but I was at a place where I was hungry for knowledge. I wanted to create something that my future self would thank me for, right? I didn't have a savings account. Maybe you're not like me. But when I came to this industry, I didn't have a savings account. I was $20,000 in credit card debt. And I was just going, you know what? If I can pick up any kind of learning, any kind of training, any kind of teaching, I'll go apply it to my team. And so tonight, I'm going to bring on a few people that's going to talk to you about the power of building for events. Now, we're going to zero it in to the Destin event. But here's what I want you to know tonight. What I learned as I started growing a network marketing business, and as I went from somebody in $20,000 in credit card debt to somebody that had made several $1 million in the industry, what I learned in that process was if you will utilize events in this company, if you'll utilize prospecting events, if you will utilize team calls, if you will utilize corporate events, I call it destination events like the one we've got coming up in Destin. If you're getting together in a meeting and really zero in on building the atmosphere, building the energy, reaching out to your teams, getting people plugged in, that will create exponential growth for you in this industry. And that was one of the biggest things that I realized was I've got to build for events everywhere I can find events. And so we're going to talk about that tonight because I think that's a key in growing a network marketing business. And raise your hand if you're here tonight because you want to grow a huge network marketing business. I know you are, whether you raise your hand or not. That's why you're here. And so that's what I want to give you tonight. I want to give you that by the end of the call. Okay. So before I do, I want to bring Andrea Rosser on. Andrea, anything you want to share with people coming up about the Destiny event? I know, here's the thing before I bring Andrea on. We're about 90 seats away from being at full capacity. 90 seats, 90 people. So if you're sitting there tonight and you go, you know what, I know a lot of my team is not registered. And I apologize for the background noise, okay? Because it's just where I'm at. So we've got about 90 seats left for the event. So if you're sitting there going, I know more of my team are saying they're going to register, you need to get them registered. If you're saying, I need to register, you need to get registered because you're going to see it happen very soon. We're going to have to cut off registration. So, Andrea, I'm going to turn it to you. Anything you want to give them about the Destiny event? Anything they need to know tonight?
Well, that was the big thing. Like, get registered, get registered, get registered. I would hate for anybody to miss out, and I know some people may, um, but I don't want it to be you. So if you're on here tonight, go get yourself registered. We're super excited about that. And if you're looking for a room, the Holiday Inn still has rooms. Look in RX Nation. There's a flyer that has all the details for the hotel, and you just need to say New Age RX. That's your ticket for the group rate. So don't miss it. Please get registered as quickly as you can because I'm watching the numbers jump, and I'm getting a little nervous. I don't want you guys to miss out.
Well, we're definitely going to cut. It's going to cut off. I can go ahead and tell you that. So we're going to put how to register in the chat section. So I expect probably by next week it to be at full capacity. So please, please, please get your team involved where they're not missing out. Okay. So thank you, Andrea, for that. We're going to turn it now. I want to bring on, if you can, if Anthony or Andrea, if y'all can highlight me and Kristal Vance. Dr. Kristal Vance, could you unmute your line?
Absolutely. Hello, hello.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can. All right, we paired you up right here. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Listen, first of all, me and Dr. Kristal Vance were together with a group of people this weekend with Todd Rowland and others, and we were shooting some up and coming videos that you'll see really soon. But we were also getting PowerPoints ready. Just a lot happening inside the company, right? It's a lot to be excited about. And when you're in a company that's positioning themselves where our company is, being publicly traded, doing over $500 million in revenue, opened up in 70 plus countries, but really going to strategically focus hard on over 50 countries this year, and North America being one of those key areas. If you could see through my eyes and through Dr. Kristal Vance's eyes what's coming, you would realize even more you're at the right place at the right time. And you're here tonight. Congratulations. You're plugged in tonight. And I'm here to tell you 2021 is going to be explosive for you. It's going to be explosive for you. You just got to start saying that, using affirmations to tell yourself that. Dr. Kristal Vance, I'm going to kind of take you through a course of interview, if you will, if you'll let me.
Good.
But the first thing I want to come from you is, where are you at right now? What are you seeing in the company, and what would you tell the new group, the new person, the new team that is just getting started? Like what can you give them a glimpse of what they're a part of?
Man, if I was brand new today, I want you to know that nobody has an advantage over you. because it's all happening now. Like, you could not be here at a better time. You're coming in the beginning, and this company it's different when it's a $500 million startup. Like, they have so much skin in the game. The company, when I say they, corporate, like, they so want to win that it's nothing but bonus and blessings for us, because they know they don't win unless we win. So they've created this environment for us to just go out there and charge. And I cannot wait for the next days, weeks, months. It's like Christmas over and over and over again. Like, we need the eye cream. We need eye cream because nobody's sleeping, and we need to look refreshed. And there's no sleep here because we're so excited.
We are excited, and the biggest thing I want you to share with everybody is, so tonight we're going to focus on the Destiny event. We're going to focus on why events are so important. But I also want people to know your story, okay? Because you were a doctor, you are a doctor. When I met you, you had this practice that people would like fly in. They would drive in to get you to see them. And so you were making a lot of money. I would say, $300,000 a year or better, but no time freedom and a personal struggle on your body at the time when I met you. But okay, take us through this. Start us on your story, and then lead us up into the first event that you almost missed, that possibly you wouldn't be here tonight if you would have missed it. And then I want to go into your transformation.
Yeah, I almost screwed this up so many times, it's not even funny. But yeah, for 20 years practicing, I grew up around the industry. So I knew the benefits of doing work once and getting paid for it again and again and again. And yet I was like, I want to be a doctor. I want to go help people. I want to do it this way. I want to do it my way. And so I went and I did that. And then all of a sudden I was like, I have no time. I'm making great money. I'm spending every dime I'm making because I wanted that amazing lifestyle that you see so many network marketers who create success, that they live because they have time, they have money. You're taught, try to get debt free, and you're taught all the success principles. And here I was trying to do it in the small world of Wyoming, and I was doing pretty dang good, except I was just broke in a different tax bracket. Like, if you're a small business owner in here, like, I get it. Employee taxes, employees, your product, and all of the things that come with owning a business and the stress that it created. And all of a sudden I hit the age of 40 and I looked at my life and I was like, I'm 170 pounds overweight. I'm trying to teach people health. How I'm not even a good example of it because my health is declining. Thank goodness I don't have kids, because I'd be ruining them because I was doing everything wrong. You name it, we were doing it incorrectly. And I'm telling you what, this was shared with me and I almost missed it. Because I was like, I don't want to go sell anything. And that wasn't what this was about. And I was like, oh, I can get a pack. I can have my own transformation. And I needed that desperately. I needed a change in my body desperately. So if I could connect with a community of people that were like doing that, then okay, hook me up for that. So I did. And my upline was smart. And they said, if you'll go find 4 people, let's schedule you a couple events. Does this sound familiar to you guys? The truth never changes. What is successful never changes. Grab a couple people. Let's have a couple events. Let's get this in front of some people. And we started having success. And things were going. And all of a sudden they came up with, we've got this destination event and you need to be there. It's in Dallas. And I'm like, okay, when is it? And they're like, June 7th. And I'm like, yep, sorry, no can do. Not going. What do you mean you're not going? Like, you're going to walk across the stage. You've got team. Like, what do you mean you're not going? And I'm like, I already have plans. It's my 40th birthday. I've got family meeting me in Florida. Like, I have plans. They're important. I have plane tickets. And they're like, here's a key to you upline. Tammy Maltby and Robin DeMeo did not stop. They just kept going. Are you sure there's not a way? Like, how could we do this? How could you get there? How could we think outside the box? And I wasn't having it. And they came to my house. We were doing my last party. I was running after some new ranks. I hope you're running after the next rank. And I'm sitting there, and one of my downline, Desiree Schomer, goes, well, I'm going to go. And I was like, what do you mean you're going to go? Yeah, I'm going to go to Dallas. Yeah. Not without me, you're not. And she's like, I thought you couldn't go. I was like, I'll figure it out. So I flew into Florida at 8 a.m. I spent the day on the beach. My sister drove me to the airport. I flew into Dallas. I spent less than 24 hours in Dallas. I jumped back on a plane because I went to the event. I jumped back on a plane and went back to my vacation. Sometimes you got to do a little bit differently than what you've ever done before so you can have something. Because I am telling you, at that event, you know who I met? It's the one thing that stands out the most to me. Robin DeMeo, my upline, another gold nugget, grabbed me and took me and introduced me to people. And she walked me up to this guy and she said, Kristal, Dr. Kristal, Brent Palmer, stop 1 second. And he's on a man on a mission. She's like, you need to meet my newest rock star. This is Dr. Kristal Vance. And I'm like, who's this guy? I didn't know who anybody was. But when I left that event, I knew who all the players were. I knew who I needed to plug into. I knew people's stories. And I came out of there with my hair on fire. Our team tripled over the next few months. What if I wouldn't have gone? What if I would have sat on the beach? I don't know. My heart, I'm sitting here going, I would still be here. But what if I wasn't?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can.
I got to stop you right there because, okay, pause just for a minute, everybody. So she went to the event. I'm going to fast forward in just a little bit and tell you the rest of her story. Okay, what transpired in her life since. The challenge, there's two challenges. One is if you could see your future, and if your future was bright because of the event, there's no doubt you would go to the event. But the challenge with most is they can't see the future, so therefore they don't put the importance. And remember, we're talking about the Destiny event, but we could be talking about the next Prospect Zoom this week. We could be talking about the event you got or you don't have in Canada right now. That's why it's important to look at yourself in the mirror tonight and go, what event do I have coming up this week to wrap importance around? And if the answer is I don't have an event, then the power of network marketing is not reaching its fullest intention or its fullest potential through you. Now, she showed up to the event. Fortunately or unfortunately, she met a high school football coach from Florence, Alabama, and we've been friends ever since. I want to turn the page. Anthony, if we can we're bringing Dr. Kristal Vance back on because she's going to give you some tips for building for an event. Okay? But before I bring her back on, I want to bring Alina Fitzgerald. Alina, if we can, let's keep Dr. Kristal Vance on too. Okay, so Alina Fitzgerald and Chris Fitzgerald are from Louisiana.
Can you hear me?
We had an event. I can hear you well. We had an event a couple of months ago. We had an event a couple of months ago in Arnold. And when I say we, I'm really giving kudos to Andrea Rosser because Andrea started reaching out to people, inviting them to the event. So basically, Andrea was recruiting the team that was already in place. They were already in the business, but she was recruiting them to the event. Alina, can you show me what happened? Yes. You had been unplugged. You had not been involved. But what did Andrea Rosser do? And then what did you do? And how did the event take over? And what's happened?
So actually, it was with my husband, Chris, and he's on the call tonight too. You know, it was like you got to be at this meeting, and we had been looking again at the business, and you know, life had gotten in the way, and so Chris was like, "We're going to be there." And so I was like, Chris, I mean, we just can't do it right now. We can't fit it in the schedule. And he was like, look, you can either go with me or you can stay back. I don't care if I have to sleep in the truck, but I'm going to Arkansas. So I was like, well, I mean, you're not going without me. So we went, and truly, I still wasn't even on board, like all the way there. I was like, oh my God, this is such a long way. It was 8.5-hour drive for us. And I'm like, Chris, what are we thinking? You know? And so we got to that event, and it was like, OMG, like, why haven't we been connected before? Like, what was wrong with us? So we left that event like really on fire, and we came back to Louisiana, and it was like, well, we need to take the products. We need to, I mean, so we had ordered on the way back from the event like a whole line of products and begin to take them. And you know, and so we begin our transformation, and so the transformation grew. And so obviously we were at the last Destin event, and it was amazing. And I remember thinking at that Destin event, like, why? I mean, we had a couple of our team members there, but it was like, why didn't we really push for this event? Why didn't we make it to where people could really be at this event and see the big picture like we did? And so we left there like, when there's another meeting, like, we're just really going to make it happen. We're going to push for it. We're going to make it happen. And obviously, you know, life has been in the way. So Chris has taken a path of taking care of our home so we could get back in our home. And I have just pushed towards this event. And so to the point, we feel that it's so important to have butts in the seat, as I would always hear it back in the school days. You know, we felt it was so important to where we've rented a house. We rented a house in Destin, and we currently have 11 of our team members that will be in Destin with us. And we are just so excited, so excited. So our hope and prayer is, yes, we may have more skin in the game than is actually coming into our business right this second. But our hope is that out of those 11, they see the picture as we did in Arkansas. And you know, events, that's what events are made for. And so we're just really, really, really excited for Destin.
Alina, you couldn't have said it more perfect. And leaders are made at events. And I want to reiterate, because I look around and I see people in Canada on this call, and people from South Africa will be on this call. And they're like, We can't quite make it to Destin, Florida. It's not about that, okay? It's about going, what can you do for your business right now that's event related? You know, Riley Tiblet just reached gold status. Actually, Kristal was with me on Friday when we were working to get Riley to gold in our company, which is bringing in 4 brand partners with him. And he did that like in his first 9 days. But here's the thing. If I were looking at Riley right now, because he's willing, he's coachable, he's hungry, he sees this, I would look and go, what event do you have this week for your team? And then he would come on and say, we got launch we got launch Zooms for our team members. Two launch, you know, for everyone that came on board, we got 2 launch events for each one of them. That's events to build for, right? You build to put prospects on. And so I'm sharing that with you because I look at trainings as a reflection time. I look at trainings as, it's kind of like I'm unzipping myself to go, what am I doing? Can I learn from this? Is there something I'm not doing right now in my business that I need to be applying? And Alina, you said it the best. What Alina left that event. Lena, how many pounds are you down, and your husband? Understand this about Alina. They are entrepreneurs. They own their own store, or they run their own store. Chris works as EMT. I mean, they serve the community they're in Louisiana. So tell me the health transformation since you attended the event in Arkansas.
Wow, it's huge. So I'm down 46 pounds. And Chris is down a little over, right at 50 pounds.
Wow. Almost 100 pounds between the two of them down. Now, here's another thing. Money-wise, Alina, I know you're not where you want to be, but you're getting there, right? This is a business that you earn as you learn, right? I learned that my first year in the business. I earned as I learned. And you told me a couple of months ago, you said, Brent, this one particular paycheck, go ahead and fill the blanks.
Yeah, so that one particular paycheck was more than I had earned at our store, which has taken a huge cut, obviously, since COVID. And that one check, I was able to pay my son's travel ball fees for the entire year, just from my side hustle.
Alina, thank you so much. Thanks for being here tonight. We love you and Chris, and we cannot wait to see you both and your team in Destin, Florida. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I just want you to understand this as we go back to Dr. Kristal Vance tonight, okay? As we go back to Dr. Kristal Vance and we lay out some plans for you, okay? If we can, we'll go back to me and Dr. Kristal Vance. Thank you again, Alina. So I'm letting this trailer. We've got more trailer trucks coming in. It's like they almost know I'm on a Zoom tonight, I believe. But so what can you do to recruit your team right now? 2 things, okay? What can you do to recruit your team right now? Because let me tell you something. The perfect storm is here. Me and Todd Rowland, I didn't leave Destin, Florida today because there was a lady there that wanted to meet that was a very, very successful real estate agent. She's earned several $1 million over the last 10, 12 years. But she understands the importance of having a home-based business right now. People today, more so than ever, understand they've got to have another stream of income. You can call it the pandemic, you can call it the what we've seen in 2020, but basically it's opened people's eyes more so than ever, especially people that said, you know what, I've had all my eggs in one basket. Now I'm ready to venture out and have multiple baskets that I can draw from. So what does that mean for us? It's time to share, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get out and talk about what we got. It's time to get out in front of people. It's time to find ways to have events, to have launches, to do things on Zooms and share each other's stories. And so, Dr. Kristal Vance, I want to turn it back to you, and I want you to finish up your story, okay? Because I know your story so well, going from a doctor that had a practice earning over $300,000 a year, very successful in the eyes of the community there, to realizing you didn't have any time freedom, you didn't have any money set away, you did owe the IRS, you were living on a huge horse, but you didn't have just the money tucked away that made you feel secure, and it had deteriorated your health. You were serving the public and letting yourself go. How many people do that? I've been at fault myself for that. You start having success, you start making some money, you've got plans to go to the beach, but then your upline keeps hammering you about this event. You show up to the event. I'd like to say you met me and you're like, this is where I need to be. But here's the thing, the event, now you leave the event. What's happened in your business?
So I came back so excited because I saw a bigger vision than just what we had. It was so much more than just this group of women who were looking for more health and who were having fun hanging out with each other. It became it became my purpose. And I'm so glad that I had a downline with me so that I didn't come back and try to cast the vision all by myself. It would have been so much harder. And because Des was with me, we came back and they were like, holy moly. And we just, you couldn't, our posture was so different because we saw it. Our belief was so big, they didn't dare say no to us, and they didn't dare give us their opinion. They just said yes or no, thank you. And I'm not kidding. And we took off and we just shared and we shared and we shared, and we were attracting people because they knew we were going somewhere. And the next thing you know, well, stuff happens, right? All of a sudden I hurt my back. I have to take half my load of patients, but I was creating enough income here that I didn't lose any income. Like my needs were met. And so I was seeing less patients, which meant I could work more on my other business. And so I was building, we were growing, we were going. And in 3 years, right? 3 years collectively, I was able to sell that practice, to walk away from it, to know I had something that was creating income, even with that back injury. When my surgeon said, you need to find a new profession, I was like, yeah, right. I don't think that's happening. I don't know how am I going to find a new profession? I spent 8 years in college and over $300,000. What do you mean go find a new profession? And then like just months later, I found a new profession. And I am telling you, I don't know I didn't think there was any hope. I didn't know how I was going to make it. And yet here this entered in. And we took off and we started doing it as a team, and we built it collectively. And we don't miss events because I know what happens. In fact, I build my business event to event. At this next event, it's like, so when's the next event? Like, who's going to the next event? We're building for the next event at that event. But here's the other thing I learned. Before an event, I use the excitement of what I'm going to learn at that event to recruit people to the event. So what I mean is, I just did it. You said something about a real estate agent in Destin. I was like, I know a real estate agent in Destin. I sent her a message. Sorry, I was listening. I sent her a message and I said, you need to clear your schedule for the 19th and 20th of February. And I put big old eyes and fire. And she just said, I'll be there. She don't even know what she's going to. But because my posture was like, she could feel it. She means business. I don't talk to her like that. But that's building for something. You have a different posture. You're letting them know it's important.
No, that is absolutely perfect. Yeah, I was thinking about Riley's new brand partner, Christopher, is actually from Destin, Florida. Like, who do you know in Destin, Florida? Like, you can bring them to the event with you. You can bring them to the after party with you. Like, let them hang out. Let them see that we're just like you. We're just like them. We're just like normal people, but we've got something in our hand that the world doesn't know about. Listen, there was a time when Amazon was a book company. It's not today, though. But we would have all liked to have invested when it was a book company, knowing what we know today. Don't wait for this company to be a $4 billion company to go, man, I'm proud now to support this company. Go get it right now when it's a $500 million startup in your area where no one knows the name New Age. Go shout it from the rooftops and go like Kristal said, clear your schedule. We must talk. Tomorrow, clear your schedule. At some point, I need to get you on a Zoom. I need to have a cup of coffee with you. At some point, me and you need to go sit down together. And I need to show you what I got my hands on. Like, don't quit trying to figure out the perfect way to do it and just do it. And that's an event, ladies and gentlemen. That's an event. How many events are you building for? So I want to ask you something, Kristal. What would you tell the people that's sitting there that has a few people on their team, or that has a lot of people on their team? And let's zero in on the Destin event, but please reverse engineer that and think whatever strategy we're giving you for the Destin event, use it for the prospecting Zooms. Use it for meetings, like use it for every event you can possibly do in your business. But Kristal, what would you give some nuggets of wisdom that's helped you and your team through the years that you've done to get the excitement up, to get the hype up, to get the people to want to be a part of it?
Yeah, so I like Andrea did one of there's a theme, right? I've always tried to create some type of a theme, like a keyword for us as a team, or set up like dinner. Hey, we're all coming together. The fear of missing out, of being a part of the team, of being a part of the family, creating that association with your team. That's where that happens, is at events. And so that's one thing. Let's see. The other thing that I do is anytime I'm talking to a member or a team member, before I'm getting off of the phone, I'm always like, right, we always talk about an assignment or a call to action. I'm also always plugging the next event. Like, hey, I'll see you on the call tonight. Or, hey, see you Wednesday night. Like, but that's the thing. It's really hard to build for events if you don't know when they are. And I love the fact that Anthony Moreland and Andrea Rosser are so amazing in serving our teams with getting out the flyers and getting out the things. And we do need to say thank you, thank you, thank you. But I also want to say something, and I am guilty of this more than anybody else, is sometimes I get busy and I'm like, when's that call cut? Where's that? What's that Zoom number? When's it coming down? Well, if I don't know when it is, then did I even build for it? And the answer is no. And that is, hey, we're all doing the best we can. But I am telling you what, if you will build your business by building for the events and letting those who want to be on, if they're just informed of when they are and they get to make a decision to be on when they are going to be on, oh my gosh, it changes this. It makes it so much more fun. So instead of talking people into something, you're just informing of when it's happening. It's a lot more fun to do business with people who want to be here.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Dr. Kristal Vance, thank you for your time tonight. I know you just got off the road, headed back home. Can't wait to see you back in Destin. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for your leadership. I got something I want to finish with tonight. Before I do, I want to bring Andrea Rosser back on. And Andrea, okay?
Keep talking. We'll see.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. I didn't hear what you said. So I'm just going to tell what I wanted to do. So guys, one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and we didn't mention this earlier, we are trying to recognize every single person that's going to be out with us out in Destin. We want to recognize you. So if you registered for the event, please if you registered in your name, you're going to see a flyer come out, and we're excited to welcome you. If you bought more than one ticket, we ask that you let us know. So I'm going to put Robin DeMio's number in the chat. If you could screenshot that and say, like, I know Alina, she, helps some other people go, register for it. If you could text those names of everyone that's registered that you're bringing with you to Robin, so we can acknowledge them, welcome them, and let them know that we're so excited to have them there, that'd be fantastic. Same if it's, whoever it may be. If you bought more than one ticket, please send us that second name.
Thank you, Andrea, for that. And here's the thing: a big part of what we do is recognition. We want to recognize each other. We want to help each other, and let our people be seen out there. Okay, so that's why we're doing that. And a big shout out to Robin DeMio for getting that together. And I want to leave you with this thought tonight. Okay, kind of a call to action. The first call to action it's for you personally. I want to ask you this week, how many people do you know that you could connect the dots with right now? You heard Dr. Kristal Vance say, I know a real estate agent in Destin that I could connect the dots and tell her or him, I don't know, to wipe their slate clean for those days in Destin. But you could take that same strategy that Kristal gave, and you could reverse engineer it this week in your community, where you're at right now. And you could simply say, what people am I going to reach out to this week and say, hey, listen, I need you to wipe your slate clean for 30 minutes this week. I want you to plug in. I want you to see what I'm excited about. I want you to feel, to see what we're doing here. Kristal, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, Coach.
Andrea, can you?
We've got you. We can hear you.
Hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. But you might be cutting in and out.
Am I breaking up?
You're breaking up.
In and out?
Yes. And I look like I have a strobe light.
I think he froze.
Well, he froze. So guys, I know that he was saying that, sorry about the light. I don't know what's going on here, but for those, like, people, so many people right now are looking for this. I'm disappearing. This is pretty phenomenal. I'm magical. Let's just pretend I'm magical and we're just going to ignore it. But so many people are looking for a home-based business. Let's go find them and let's find an event to invite them to. And then for your team, we have to recruit our team to this event, just like Alina is doing, just like Dr. Kristal said. Let's go find somebody on the team. Make it your goal for this week. Pick one person, pick five people, right? And go recruit them to this event because it will bless you. But even more importantly, it's going to bless them. And that's what we're here for. So I don't know if Brent made it back on. No. Okay. Well, then I'm going to say that that's a great spot to end. So I love you guys. You're phenomenal. Kristal, you were amazing. Alina, you were amazing. I love your stories. I love how many people you're bringing with you, and we're going to change lives. I'm just so proud to be a part of this. So Magical Andrea is going to tune off, and I love you guys, and y'all have a great night.
Good night, everybody. Have a great one.